Welcome to the Watering Hole. We're sitting down here today with the Lowdown Drifters. How are you guys doing today?
Doing all right, man.
Doing great.
That'd be all right.
I think you guys are going to start us off with a song.
Sure.
Let's hear it.
Sometimes I go down to the river, stand out on the shore, and I drink and I smoke till I can't think no more. And then I walk into the water just to see if I can float. Sometimes I want to die, sometimes I don't, and that's alright. If I go down to the city, it's because I got a show. That's the only time you'll ever make me wanna go down there. I can't stand all the people talking fast and walking slow. They just get out of my way so I can play my songs and go. That'd be alright, be alright. That sun comes up tomorrow, have another day. Guess I'll do my best to chase these demons away, and I'll be alright. Sitting in the dark, there's an empty piece of paper, just waiting for a start. But I can't find those words, no, I can't find that spark. Used to help me through these bad times when my life got hard. But that's alright, that's alright. That sun comes up tomorrow, have another day. Guess I'll do my best to chase these demons away, and I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Yeah, they'd be alright. Be alright, that'd be alright. Alright by me.
Awesome. That was fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Well, thanks, man. We've had a day. We started drinking for breakfast. So.
Well, it's your birthday.
It is my birthday.
Yeah.
Not that we don't always start drinking for breakfast, but, you know.
So
Let's say the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I'll have one more before the show.
We did bring you, I saw the story this morning. We did bring you a gift.
My man. Let's check this out. Hold on. Hang on. Hold that. Put that on pause.
Yeah.
Dougie, grab that for me. I'm all settled in on this couch, you know. Oh, you fuckers.
Yeah! Got him!
You've been honest.
Well, if I'm nothing else, I am a pro. I would
Retest me that.
Yeah,
Oh, he's going for it all.
You got it all.
He's committed.
Oh yeah, pot committed.
Oh, it's not his first time, I'll tell you that.
It's
I would-
it's like watching geese fly south in winter. Just the.
This is the real gift. It's not another Smirnoff, I promise.
Yeah, dude, don't give me a pint. Our tour manager Peyton got me with the pint the other day, and I thought she was like, "It's real expensive. It's a nice bottle of booze," and I thought it was. Oh, how'd you guys
I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, whenever you walked in with it, I was like,
Dude, Jack
this is
Daniels,
perfect.
listen, sponsor this band. Nobody drinks more Jack than this band.
Wait a minute.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we saw the
that label.
Smirnoff clip this morning on your Instagram. So I was like, oh, we got to do that.
Thanks, man.
We got to do that.
Well, if nothing else, we like to have fun, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you're going to play music for a living, you better damn be having fun, right?
So we're out here at the Mercury Lounge tonight. You guys are playing.
Yes,
and
sir.
We were talking a little bit before. You said you're always stoked to play here. You want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Well, man, it's just the people seem to like get shit here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Can I cuss on this thing?
Yeah, you're good.
I don't know, man. You know, the very first time we played here was with Dalton Domino.
Yeah.
And I don't know, ever since then, it's just they've always treated us so good, and they come and they sing all the words, and it was just one of those places before, like, everyone else was embracing us, we were getting embraced here, and it just always felt good. So I guess that's the deal. And the people are cool, and they treat us real well, and I don't know, I've just never had any issues here, and it's always just been one of the places that, like, we're like, oh, cool, yeah, we're going to play the Merc, that's fine.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time.
You want to go down the line and introduce all
Yeah,
yourself?
man, let me do that. Mr. Doug Rayfeld plays fiddle in our band. We picked him up under a rock in Washington.
That's right.
Dylan Welsh, Raina Wallace. Our drummer Josh should probably be busting in here at any point. He's getting tacos, so he's with
I told him to knock before.
he's with our media boy
or to text before
Zach
he knocked.
Moffat, who's been with us literally since day one in this band. Yeah, I should probably start paying him what he's worth.
We don't have Peyton here this week.
Yeah, and Peyton, our TM, didn't make it up to the show, but she also TMs for Bauman, so
Okay.
That's awesome.
we share as much as we can, but she's great to us, and but yeah, man, we're just out here traveling around doing the thing, man.
So when did you guys officially get together and start playing together?
Well, that's a whole lot to unpack, man. So this band officially started in 2015. You know, we weren't any good for like at least 3 years.
Very long. No, longer than that.
Arguably
So hey,
still not good.
some folks are still claiming that we're still not good, but that's fine. But we didn't even try for like 3 years. I don't know how we kept getting gigs.
Because from what I understand with the club owners, every one of our friends that would come to the door would drink for like 6. And so we were terrible, but the clubs loved us because they would always do like triple their normal bar sales every time we played.
Yeah, I literally had a club owner one time go, "Listen, dude, you literally threw up on the stage. You guys are terrible, but dude, look at this tab. Come back anytime."
Bad
I
old
was
days.
like, "Oh, okay, cool." Yeah, no, so that happened. But then we decided to like take it serious. We've been touring hard for like the last like 3-4 years for sure. And
Well, like basically when we put Last Call out.
yeah, after Last Call for Dreamers, we hit the road pretty hard, and like I mean, I gave up a really good paying job like an idiot to go be poor. Same. Like, you know. And then we played a show. We had a guy in our band, Evan, and he's rad, and we love him, and he's still our friend to this day. And but he was in another band, and it was doing things, and it still is, and he was like, man, I gotta kind of commit to this other thing because it's like my project, you know. They're all it's really the Martial Law band. They're cool as hell. They're out of Seattle, but he was leaving, and we played a show at the old saloon in Montana and met Raina. She played us some songs. Zach Nightomp opened the show. What's up, Zach?
Hey guys, we want to tell you a little bit about Deadwake Archery Innovations. They got all kinds of awesome stuff. They create their very own custom designed CNC milled bows, and they do all kinds of crazy colors with the anodization. And you want to tell them a little bit more?
Yeah, so it is a Oklahoma State graduate. They're in Kansas, Oklahoma is where they're established. They do some great stuff, great killing machines for the water, honestly. And just go check them out. Thank you so much for Deadwake Archery Innovation for sponsoring this podcast.
Well, howdy, folks. Welcome down to Bad Brad's Barbecue. Hey, stop looking at Gus. Stop it. Stop it. All right, folks, you see here, Jacker's trying to throw some cornhole, and he just can't get her done.
I just cannot hit anything today.
I see that, Jagger.
Man, you gotta have some bad brads. Play that crap when you're hungry.
Vernon always coming in clutch with the barbecue. Oh, yeah, look at that bite, folks. All right, Jagger, let's see it. Look at that, right in the hole.
Bad Brads, where you can't help but be good.
Like Jagger said, folks, Bad Brad's Barbecue, where it's good to be.
This, but anyway, and we met her, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm gonna need a bass player. She's like, yeah, whatever. And then like 3 months later, I cold called her. I'm like, hey, you want to come tour with us? She's like, okay. So like that's how we got her.
Also gave up a really good paying job.
Yeah, legit. Yeah. So that's how we got her, and that's been great. So we finally like got the nucleus together, and for like the last couple of years, it's been the same. And it's been a lot of fun because I finally have a band that's actually a family.
Yeah.
Like we have friends in Fort Worth that are like, wait, you guys like actually hang out together?
Oh, they get
When you're
weirded
not
out
playing
by it.
shows. They're like,
Yeah.
you guys actually like each other? And it's like, no, we're actually just a big, dumb, stupid family. We yell at each other.
Like once a week, you have a barbecue. And we
Yeah,
all
John
go.
has barbecues.
Yeah.
We all show
I
up.
cook a lot. I like to
barbecue.
cook, so we'll get together and hang out at my house.
Our
and
band has a fantasy football league.
yeah, fantasy football league.
Yeah.
Like we're actually legit friends. So
Well, it's so because we'll roll to shit together too. Like we'll hit the group chat and be like, "Yo, this is going on. We should all fucking go show face."
Yeah.
And so
And sometimes if we got a couple of homies in town that are playing, especially like touring cats that we don't get to see all the time, we'll like split the group up. Be like, all right, you guys go here and we'll go here, and like we'll go see all.
Yeah.
You know, not that it matters if we're there, but we just try to like.
Yeah.
We try to be the guys that like try to go out and like do the thing and like show face, especially the shit twins. This is, by the way, Raina and Dirt are the shit twins. So they're not really brother and sister, but they basically are at this point. And
well, we had to
and
start.
like 2-3 times a year they actually full blast fight. It's rad.
That was a great picture. We'll show them the picture in the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a picture
Okay.
of the bus. Dirty's
Well, 'cause
got
we
a
had to-
busted lip.
Because
Oh, like really fight.
Oh,
no, we
we
beat
so we were in Roswell, New
God.
Mexico at the Liberty in Roswell, New Mexico, and I'm just like standing there talking to the what's his name, Jet Black, the dude that
Yeah,
like,
the open- or-
well, he opened for us, but he also like
He's the
he's a
talent
rad
buyer, yeah.
musician, by the way, and he was like, "Oh shit, I think you guys are getting in a fight," and I was like, "What?" So I go running up there thinking like, you know, some rando is trying to fight my band, and then I'm like, "Oh, that's just." Dylan and Raina, they're fine. They'll work it out. Give them room. And they jumped up, and he's got a bloody lip, and she was smashing his face in the pavement. He did win the one in Houston at
Yeah, the one before that. Oh yeah, Just perfect right hook.
He did. No, it was not. Tell the truth, it was a flailing, just leave me alone. And he popped her one, and we were like,
He had a big old turquoise ring on, and he was like slaps me in the eye.
not that we condone it, but you guys gotta understand, this is literally like,
Look, we're pretty
this is
evenly
brother,
matched.
this is brother and sister, like just
He's
getting
not
their
a woman
aggressions out every
beater.
once in
I
a
don't
while.
know if I count.
Yeah, you know, you're not a woman.
So there's a few traditions in this band.
Yeah.
One is that they fight a couple times a year, and then Josh, our drummer, I hope he comes pretty quick. But anyway, so him and Dirty toured together in a couple of other like touring bands. Like you know, they've been on they're road dogs.
We
They've been
we
together.
probably Josh and I probably.
So Dirty's been with us. We call him Dirty D Thigh Machine. I'll tell you that story if you want to hear it. It's actually
Of course we do. Yes.
my honky tonk.
So,
I had to
because
work
it'll
hard
go
for that.
back to the song that I just played you. Actually, I can tie this whole thing together if you want. But so him and Josh, so Dirty's been with me
6 years now.
6 years. Josh has been with us 5 years, so quite a while.
Yeah.
And they toured together for a long time, so they were in a band that didn't drink, right? I'm not gonna name the band because who cares? I'm not trying to trash nobody, but they weren't really. They just like they were pretty professional.
Well,
To be fair,
Yeah.
they were professional.
well, yeah. What's that like?
Right. We're not that. But they were. So him and Josh would like sneak off and get up, and then the thing started this whole tradition of like at one point they were kung fu fighting up in Seattle on the beach on Puget Sound at like 7 in the morning. They were like, "Hey, we should go do stuff," and they're like, "It's daylight, dude."
What was your birthday?
No, it was Josh's
It was
birthday.
Josh's birthday.
It was
So
Josh's
usually
birthday
on
battle,
Josh's
that's right.
birthday or Dylan's birthday, you'll always know when he's ready in that mood because he'll get to a certain level of drunkenness and he glazes over and he'll look at me and he'll go, "Where the is Willard?" And it's time to go kung fu fight. But like Josh has gotten like smart in his older age, right? So Josh is like, "You don't tell him where I'm at." And he just deuces out and like goes and hides out. So the whole thing becomes Dirty trying to find Josh so they can kung fu fight.
Well, because to be fair, you know, as he's gotten older and wifed up and all that stuff, he has chilled out. Because him and I used to like rage on those road gigs
Oh,
that
for
we
sure,
had
yeah.
before he was in this band.
Like
Yeah.
Sigs and Sags.
So Josh
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
grew up. He's still fun as hell, but he grew up. I'm never going to, and he definitely hasn't. So we just do the thing, man.
I know this is the most sober birthday you've had, dude.
Oh my god, I had the most sober birthday ever. So my birthday was on Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
Which for most people it's like, hell yeah, birthday on the weekend. But for musicians or service industry folks, I'm like, oh, this
You're on the
sucks.
clock.
I'm working every night. Like I'm not gonna ever
Yeah.
have a chance to like actually
Yeah.
hang out. So like this is the most sober birthday week I've ever had.
So, anyways, Well, I was supposed to tie all that shit together, right?
Yeah.
Dirty D thigh machine.
So his nickname. So years back, we did a tour with his band out of Amarillo called Comanche Moon. Mark, what's up?
God bless those dudes.
God
They're
bless
so
you,
great.
dudes.
Love them.
Love that band. They're awesome.
We were out for like a month.
Yeah,
We
so
did
the whole
2
deal was
weeks.
like, hey, take us up to Washington where you guys do well, and we'll open for you. And then they're like, we'll bring you down to Texas.
This is the first time we ever played in Texas.
Because that's kind of how we got, the preface to all this is how we got started in Texas. We were kind of like the only band in Washington that was playing this kind of music, so we kind of got to open for like a lot of really great people.
Yeah.
And make
When
a
they
lot
were-
of friends in Texas. And that's kind of how we ended up here, truthfully, because we just, over the years, we made a ton of friends playing shows at like the Tractor Tavern and places, and that was the get. So anyway, through all that, those connections, our producer Tim, who's rad, Tim Lightyear, what's up, bud? I love you. And he's made like our last 3 or 4 projects.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey man, I'm playing this band, Comanche Moon, and we're like, all right. So we did this tour, and well, we decided it would be smart to do radio promo in the morning and gigs at night, right? So we were leaving shows at like 3 a.m. and having to drive 5 to 7 hours to get to a radio station
Through the night. Yeah.
first thing in the morning to play these shows, right? So, well, anyway, we were probably abusing our Adderall prescriptions and like, you know, doing the, I mean, I'm not talking for anyone else, but like whatever. We were just trying to exist, and it was really hard. So this
Well, 'cause
went on
you
for
were-
like we did like what 13 days or 12 days or something. It was crazy. And we left Stanley, Idaho, and we had to go to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is like a 9-hour drive overnight.
Sundance, Idaho. Because the problem was, that's
right.
Ryan booked that tour, right? But the thing is, if you look at Stanley and Sundance on a map, they're like right next to each other. So it's like, oh yeah, 7 a.m. radio, no problem. Problem is, a mountain in between them. So we had to drive
Lots of
all the way
mountains.
back to Missoula.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then back around I-90, like through the night
So
to get to this
crazy.
radio promo.
Yeah.
So we get done with that, and we got to go to Coeur d'Alene, and we get to Coeur d'Alene, and we're on K102, and we go in there in the morning. And
He's having heart palpitations.
not yet.
Oh.
Not yet. So he comes out to meet us in the morning. It's like barely daylight, and he drove that night because I was just done. And
So at the time, I was like, mind you, I was like huge at the time. I was like 300 pounds or some shit like that. Like I was big. So I'd blow
he
out.
used to be big dirt.
So I'd blow out the crotches real bad in all my jeans, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was wearing...
So we're introducing Derek, by the way. What's up, Derek? We're introducing him to the band, right? So we're in our buddy Sprinter. We open the door, and Dylan's on the chase with his legs like this. And he's got like a little sack hanging out. His jeans are all fucking blown out.
There's my driving jeans.
And if you don't know him, he does this really cool thing where he's like, he stone faces you, dude. And he does not, like, he knows he's getting a rise out of you, but he like,
No, I wasn't even trying. I was
Shut up.
tired.
shut up. He knows what he does. And he likes, and people that don't know him are like, dude, that is very strange. And he's sitting there and he goes, I go, oh, this is dirty. I'm like,
No, that was...
or this is Dylan,
Yeah.
right? And he goes, yeah, okay. And Ryan at the time, the guy I started the band with, Ryan, what's up? Love you, dude. Ryan Klein. He owns a Gold Town Music, and he does a lot of media stuff and all that, whatever. But he goes, that's a lot of thigh there, guy.
all the
So
DJ
as we're
wanted to
walking
talk
back,
about
I'm
the
like,
whole
okay, let's
interview.
go. So as we're walking back in the studio, I'm like mortified because I'm like haven't slept in weeks, and I'm like, fuck, dude. And he goes, man, he's like, that's kind of dirty, like. And then over time, like this whole nickname came from Derek. Derek's like, it's like a thigh machine, dude. Like his pants were just like. So that morphed into Dirty D Thigh Machine. Which, when I promise you, I tie all this shit together to the song I just played. I get on air, and he goes, hey, man, would you play Fire in Your Eyes? I'm like, yeah, no problem. And I start playing it, and I start having heart palpitations, and I think I'm having a heart attack. Like, I'm like, do the whole bit. Chest pain, sweats. I'm on air, live, playing a song. And I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna die on the radio. And I'm like, dude, it's all happening, dude. It's all happening. All the things my dad warned me about is happening. Like, like a life of sin in music, right? So I'm like, so finally the whole interview gets over. He's like, you guys don't, and he's very, Derek, I love you, but he's long-winded. I'm like, I gotta go, man. So I like throw a guitar in the case as I come out, and Dylan's like, what's up? I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital. He's like, what? I go, I gotta go to the fucking hospital.
No, and I knew immediately, because Darren Jones and I looked at each other, and I'm like, well, if he's saying it, like, he's fucked up. Like, he's in bad shape.
Yeah, because I will not go to the hospital.
Yeah.
But I thought I was having, I thought I was having a heart attack, right? So I go to the hospital, and the doctor comes out, and he's like,
looks like they
what
had
have you been
a
doing?
hospital.
He's like, what have you been doing? He's like, I don't know, like not sleeping, doing Adderall, drinking tons of whiskey. He's like, well, what did you think was going to happen? I was like, not this. And he was like, well, here, man, I'm going to give you this sedative, but just know this is a heavy fucking sedative. This is literally what he said. Exactly those words. He goes, this is a heavy fucking sedative. So when you get settled in the Sprinter, like, just like, be where you're going to be, because it's going to knock you the right. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get in the van, I'm like, I can't drive, guys. Someone's going to have to drive. And they're like, yeah, no problem. So I sit down, I take the sedative, blackout. Like, he was not lying. Hey, dude, if you're listening, I want some more of those. Those are fucking awesome. So, I'm a downer guy. So I was like, sorry, man, we don't hide nothing. So, like, but I was like, hey, wake up. And I'm in Seattle. I'm like, because we started this band up in Washington, Stanwood, Washington. You know, we're not in Seattle, but we're up by where we're from. Everyone just says Seattle, even though we're not actually from there. But I was like, wake up, and I'm like, cool. So I get home. Nobody's home. My kids had ordered a pizza, but they ate all of it. So there was just this greasy Domino's box, and I'm sitting in my backyard, and I'm like contemplating the fact that I think I'm still gonna. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm whacked out on this pain medicine, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I had this like resonator guitar sitting there for some fucking reason. I grabbed it and I wrote that song in like 5 minutes on a pizza box.
Wow.
So all right, came from that long-winded ass, stupid ass story. So if anyone cares. That's like our second most popular song. If anyone gives a shit that's ever listened to it, that's where that song came from. The day he got his nickname, and the day I thought I was dying from a heart attack.
Wow. Dude, my biggest issue is like when people get weird about this shit. I'm like, I'm sorry. I thought we played outlaw country for a living.
It's like everyone says they like outlaw country until some outlaw shit starts going down. And everyone wants to get weird about it. Like, whatever, fuck off, pick a
And
lane.
that's like probably pretty tame comparatively.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
like the thing is people are just like, oh, you guys are too rowdy, and it's like, whoa, we sing songs about like drugs and strippers and suicide, man. Like I don't. Like, we're lucky we're all still alive, dude. Like what are you talking about? Like we feel like we're doing okay.
They want to hear songs about it. They just don't want you to.
You know what I mean?
Live
It's
it out.
funny too because
They're not gonna get songs about it.
There was a moment where I was like, hey, these songs are getting really too fucked up. We should like maybe, I don't know, like not shy away from them, but like maybe let's, try to put some more other songs in the set that are more like, And it hurt us. Like, people got mad. They're like, where's the fucking Sad Bastard songs? I'm like, oh, I didn't know you guys actually wanted those. Because we were playing to, like, 30 people back then. Like, I didn't know. And so now we put them back in, and we made a merch shirt that says, Sad Bastard songs or whatever.
Yeah.
People are embracing it. So we learned we can't get away from it. Which I don't want to, because that's just naturally how I write.
Well, if I may.
Absolutely.
If I may.
You may.
I've been saying this for a while, that there's two different fan bases for
Yeah.
Lowdown.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Are we going to really tear down walls right now?
We're tearing down
You guys,
Let's do it.
No one knows. Yeah,
This is bus talk.
I'm going to have to. This is bus talk.
as the token girl in the band. We got two camps of fans, and it is women who love Fire in Her Eyes, and then men who love all our other songs about drinking yourself to death. And usually those two people are in a relationship together.
100%.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you. It's not wrong. Right?
Yeah.
So many times people come up and be like, hey, dude, I'll be honest, man. I just came to your stupid show because my girl thinks she wrote Fire in Her Eyes about her. But then, like, I heard all the other songs and they're fucking rad. So, like,
Yeah.
so it's like, Okay, cool. So we're like ticking the box for like, you know, in the nicest way possible, the horse girls.
They pay our rent.
Thank you,
horse girls.
But then they bring their boyfriends, and then their boyfriends drink, and they listen to the Sad Bastard songs, and they're like, hey, something for me too. So, hey, we're trying to appease everyone. We're an equal opportunity band.
Yeah, obviously.
Tell us about the song.
Sorry for completely train wrecking.
No, you're good.
This is perfect. I love
You
it.
asked for this, dude.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Can you tell us about the song Red Rock?
Really? Yeah, I can.
That is I love that song.
Really?
Yes.
So you're the sad boyfriend. No.
Yeah.
That's
He's the sad bastard for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, so that song actually, man. All right, cool. That goes back to our Northwest
Canute.
roots.
I'm doing Canute, right?
Yeah, so there's a dude named Canute Bell from the Northwest, and I hope you see this, Canute, because I love you, dude, and I haven't seen you in forever, but he's just this big, deep baritone voice guy, and he just hangs his guitar low and sings these really cool songs. And he was a boat captain. He like is the epitome of the Norwegian Northwest. He has a whole album in Norwegian. He's like the epitome of like the Northwest like guy, right? And when I was coming up, that was the guy everyone was telling me, like, you need to go make friends with Canute Bell. And I did. And he ended up being a great guy. And we're still friends to this day and talk pretty regularly. And he invited me out one night. And he had this idea. He was coming up with these ideas. And that whole song started from, he had it, because he was a boat captain, he had this thing in his house that said, rough seas make good sailors. Right? That's an old adage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool. So that, if you've listened to that song, it's the whole yin and yang of the first thing starts out with bad Bronx make good cowboys, rough waters make seafaring man, or calm a seafaring man. And it became that whole yin and yang thing. And so we wrote it together, and that song is, he actually cut it first on his record.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Was it
remember what.
1553 or...
I think he cut it on 1553.
1553.
He's got a lot of records.
He's got a lot of records. So if anyone's listening to this and you want to hear a really cool, like, just a cool voice, great songwriter, just straight down the pipe country music, like, guy.
He's amazing.
He's your guy. He's really fucking, he's awesome, dude. He's a great friend, and I'm really thankful for that song, actually. And I never thought it was going to actually do anything, and it's done pretty well, and then we'll still get people come up and request it. And sometimes we still use that for an encore song, actually. Just because it lends itself to that big guitar solo at the end, and I can just leave
We'll jam the
and finish it,
Yeah,
and I can be drinking
Yeah.
before they're done, and I'll just laugh at them. Sometimes I've literally walked out of a venue one time, left, came around the front of the stage, and was sitting there drinking, laughing at them. But that's where that song comes from, and it's a true homage to the Northwest. Why don't we have some if I can't have some?
You have a whole bottle in front of you. Give me
That
that.
one's open. You know me, I have OCD.
That's
I
the
don't
one
like
we
to
scored
open
for
a new
Bree
one when I have
Bagwell.
one.
It even has her name on it.
Oh, did we steal that from Bree?
Yes, we did.
We love Bree.
Sorry, Bree.
Love
Sorry,
you, Bree.
Love you.
I'm gonna do an acoustic drum with her pretty soon. We have the same booking agent, and turns out like we're also sister and brother bands.
God, I love them so much.
Yeah, they're fun.
Dude.
That band's a great band. We just played with them at Flores, a couple days ago.
Yeah. Saturday?
But we stole your jack, so sorry about that.
So coming from like a Northwest background, like how did you guys get into playing like outlaw country music, red dirt, whatever you want to call
Cross
it?
Canadian ragweed.
Perfect. Really?
Straight up for me.
Interesting.
That's my story.
Yeah.
Not everyone else's. That's mine. I was sitting around like I grew up on. So the backstory is all of us for the most part grew up in punk rock bands and like that whole
Yeah.
scene, and then but
Yeah.
also at home when I was coming up, my granddad wrote country music, like real old school country music, and I inherited all his songs, and that's basically the thing. I mean, he never really got anywhere with it, but he wrote prolifically, and I got hundreds of his songs. So when I was a kid, sitting around my grandpa, when we'd have family functions and stuff, he was like playing me Merle Haggard and Johnny Cash and Porter Wagner and like just all this great country music, you know, Conway Twitty and just all this cool stuff. And then I got in my teenage years and I was like, I want to be a rock star, you know, listen to rock music, you know, and then I was like gravitated towards punk rock.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of, I was listening to like, I jokingly say like I grew up on the Ramones and Johnny Cash, right? But so it was, and then, but I was like, I loved all the old country. I still do to this day. I love straight down the pipe, old ass country music, steel guitar, 3 chords and the truth, all that shit, right? And then someone played me Cross Canadian Ragweed, and I really don't know who, and it was early on, you know, in my journey in this shit, and I was like, oh, so you can like play like really well written songs, but also like rock the fuck out and have big guitars and like do the thing, and it was like,
no los dos?
It was like this thing that was like, you know, that was the whole get right with Red Dirt music. It was 2 country for rock and 2 rock for country, and it was like this thing, and I fell in love with it, and then that took me down a path of like Randy Rogers and Corey Morrow and you know, all those Roger Krieger and Reckless Kelly, because still to this day one of my favorite bands. And we got to open for them in Buda recently, and it was like one of my greatest things that's ever happened to me. Like, I still have my ticket stub from 2008 when I paid money to go see them at Billy Bob's for Bulletproof, for their release at Bulletproof, or 2008, 2009. It was when they released Bulletproof, and I went and watched them at Billy Bob's. Like, that's still to this day one of my favorite bands. And then I just kept digging into the Texas scene, and then I was like, that took me to like all the other cats that kind of got lumped in, you know, and I started listening to everybody, you know, and I still do. I dig into like, and I really like the sad stuff, you know, John Moreland and you know, Ian Noe and like those kind of bands too, like the singer-songwriter guys that like do all that stuff. But that's my journey, but that's different than everyone else's. But that's how I got into it. So when we decided to start this band, I was like, 2 things. I don't want to be a cover band. I want to write original music. And, you know, that was kind of one in itself. I don't want to do covers. I want to write original music. And the other thing was, whatever, if you like that, but I don't want to do like the just mind-numbing pop country,
bro country,
stadium country bullshit. And where are you gonna where are you gonna not find that? Texas
You mean,
music scene.
where are you gonna make money?
The Texas music scene, right? Like, so that's how it just kept everything in my journey in music, trying to figure out my way, just kept taking me to these Texas artists, and even guys outside of Texas, but people that still played in those circles, right? Because it does go hand in hand, right? There's this whole thing. This is like, not everyone that's beloved in that so-called scene, you know, is from Texas. And the OGs are the OGs, like, you know, Robert O'Keefe and all those cats, like, you know, for sure, dude, and they deserve it. But there's all these other cats that you find out through all that, and so it's really a potpourri of all that shit, you know. Chris Knight's one of my absolute favorite songwriters, you know, and he's from Kentucky, but ask anyone in Texas, they love his fucking songs.
Yeah.
And if there's some shit they can get him to sing on, he'll fucking sing on it, you know what I mean? Like, they'll ask him. I mean, there's just guys.
Well, even
there's a lot of people that think they're from Texas, and they're not. And, you know, I don't know BJ very well. I've met him a couple of times, but I know his, you know, the original band, and some of the cats in the original band, and I love the music, you know. I appreciated the real rawness of it, and that's kind of how we ended up where we were.
Huh, that's really interesting. Can you guys play Red Rock acoustically? I know it may not be the most ideal song, but
maybe.
Yeah, I can.
Talk about put me to work. Can we shorten the solos?
Yeah, we can shorten it.
Jesus Christ.
50 miles from town and the needle's on empty. Let her coast to the side of the road. There's nothing around, just her memory and me. And that West Texas sun hanging low. I grab my bag and I kick the front tire. I just threw my damn keys to the floor. Ain't showered in weeks, reading in days, boys. Looks like maybe a few more. Well, now I'm standing here and it's perfectly clear I can see through her wicked ways. And I think of a time back from my prime and I long for them younger days when bad broncs made good cowboys. Rough water on a seafaring man,
Wasn't it so?
and cheap whiskey led to rich memories. No bad woman ever wrecked a good man. Well, this hole in my boot or this hole in my sock, and that was damn hole in my toe. She burned a hole in this good old boy's heart. Now this shit's gone as far as it can go. Well, now I take a rest on this red rock dirt in the Texas. Heat's coming strong with sweat on my brow and dust on my lips. Man, I'm laying here and I'm wandering out. Them bad broncs make good cowboys. Had their rough water on a seafaring man. Had that cheap whiskey ever lead to rich memories? Had that bad woman ever wrecked this good man? Yeah, that devil woman, but she wrecked this good man. Alright, give us at least one.
Jesus Christ. Your guitars are so hard to play.
I use gigantic heavy strings. He fucking hates playing my guitar.
Thank you guys for that one. That was
thank you.
Thanks, man. Actually, that's really cool that you brought that song up. I love that song. I've been a huge, like, I'm really glad I got to write that with Canute. That's been a song that I've always loved.
Well, it's funny because we're in this now. I mean, this many years later, we're kind of in this fortunate position on the one hand, but like we've got so much material that it's hard. We keep trying. We try and change the set every year and like cycle things through, put new songs in from new releases, but then like
Right. Get
bring
the
back
new cycle
stuff,
in,
but
bring the
like-
old, but still keep the stuff that people have to hear.
But it's tough to fit a lot of stuff into 90 minutes, man. We're really, because we only play like.
We are fortunate enough, and I say this in like the best way possible. We're fortunate enough that we like upset people every show, because we'll have people come up and request some like deep cuts that like
I've never
some
been
of
played
them,
live. Yeah.
We've never even played live because
Yeah.
we have so much back catalog that we can't play it all in an hour and a half. You know, we've got 3 hours, more than 3 hours of original music that we've actually recorded, and it's like you guys don't understand. We can't get to all the songs, and we're just trying to like get the ones out that we have to play. And when people request a song, we know we play it for sure. Like we're never those dudes. Like, But sometimes when we really legit don't know, like, look, we recorded that song 5 years ago. We never played it live.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play it.
in the band?
Not being a dick, I just don't know how
Yeah.
to play it.
Do you guys ever get tired of playing like I like to ask people that have a big song that sets apart from all their others. Do you guys get tired of playing Fire in Her Eyes?
Yes.
That's fucking.
My wallet is not tired.
Well,
Wait, let me rephrase that. No. Listening to that song.
We love that
But-
song.
It pays our bills.
but listen, because like we have fun with it live. Because we recut a lot of. It kind of got buried, but during COVID we cut this collaborative EP. To where we recut 2 of our songs, and then we used our band to recut a bunch of our friends' songs, and they came and sang on it. We all flew everyone to Washington, and so on that collaborative EP, we cut a new version of Fire in Her Eyes with Taylor Honeycutt singing on it. And so we kind of we basically split the difference and kind of play a weird mashup of both versions that we have out of it.
Josh.
Hey, I heard it was your
Hey,
birthday.
Josh.
Was it your
Wait,
birthday?
if I may. can
Wait, it's John's birthday?
It's John's birthday?
It's John's birthday?
Is it John's birthday?
It's John's birthday?
Is this a birthday guitar?
Is that John's birthday
this
guitar?
John's birthday
Is that
guitar?
John's birthday guitar?
Is this John's
what is
birthday
that?
guitar on the podcast?
I think this is John's birthday guitar on the podcast.
Is that a John birthday?
This John's birthday guitar?
I
I'm
think
pretty sure this is a John birthday guitar.
I think this is a John birthday
This
guitar.
looks like John's birthday guitar.
I think it's John's
I'm
birthday
pretty sure
guitar.
this is a
What?
gift.
I think it's
yeah.
Awful
I
lot
think
like a guitar, and
Yeah.
it happens to be his birthday.
I think it's John's birthday
Hey.
guitar.
Hey, John's birthday guitar.
John's birthday guitar.
Sunburst. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Hold that
For
birthday
real,
guitar.
for real, for real.
Wait, to guess what it is though? It's not just any birthday
It's
guitar.
not any
It's not an X-Tie.
Telecaster.
It's not just any Telecaster.
Would you put the heaviest
John-sized Telecaster.
Wait, what?
Play the low string.
Wait, what? Why are you guys trying to get me all in my feels right now?
Baritone telly.
Get out of here,
Favorite.
dude.
Yeah, play the low string again.
Baritone telly, bitch.
Baritone telly.
New record?
Baritone telly.
Brand new record?
Ah, fuck.
Dude, I take back all the bad shit I was just saying about you before.
Here, kiss them right here, right here.
Good, I quit.
Right here, right here.
No, you can't quit because you got fired 3 years ago.
3 years ago, you can't fire me.
This is-
Josh, dude, really? You guys, seriously?
How do I, you got it? Get this guy.
This guy.
Get this guy.
This guy. Get a
Get
Get a look at it. Get a look at it. This is our drummer, Joshua. Sorry.
This is Josh.
I did. Well, we were telling about the kung fu fighting.
Oh, we come from fight.
So anyway, back to Taylor Honeycutt though. This is awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you,
Just-
Jack.
I don't even know what to say because I'm really shitty at
Wait,
Everything?
can I talk about the Taylor shit real quick?
please. Raina has a great story. You guys will love this, trust me. Because if you guys don't know, before she says what she says, 2 things. Like really, if you don't know who Taylor Honeycutt is,
Better find out.
go
Better find out.
And then when you
Yeah,
do,
no doubt.
send me a message and thank me later. Because her and her band are absolutely amazing. And she
No, the sister band.
just can't sing anything. It's stupid.
Do you guys
Before we
got a
left
name for the
the
new
studio.
record that you would be willing to drop here?
No
we
idea.
have-
Ooh.
I do have a name for the new record.
Oh.
Whoa, what is
No,
it? Pops,
I
you haven't
don't.
even told
I haven't
me.
even heard
dropped
it.
You
yet.
don't even know.
Because I have to answer to some people that are like in charge of us. And if I drop it right now without any preface, they'll probably.
I had to try. Yeah, I had to try.
I respect the hustle.
Yeah.
You know what they talk about is like more money, more problems, right?
Can't
It's like
blame
the,
them.
funny enough, we needed more help, so we hired more people. And now that we have more help and more people, suddenly everything has gotten 10 times more fucking complicated.
It really has.
Yeah.
We really
Yeah.
need more people to handle the people that we hired to make it so we can do what we do.
With more people.
Should
Should
more
I say
help.
it? Because should I say it?
I don't care. I don't give
You
a
know
shit.
what? I'm not gonna tell you any
you're the
of
one-
the any
Outlaw
of the
country,
things.
baby.
If you say it,
All right,
then
so our first record we ever, well, the first record we made was dog shit. Everyone that's ever heard
EP.
it.
That wasn't the name.
That was the name of it. It should have been the name of it.
Yeah,
There were some really great songs wasted on really bad production because we didn't have any money and we were just trying to make a record.
The first EP. Yep.
Then Last
That's
Call
right.
for Dreamers was our first like proper release. And that whole mindset of that record was like, if no one listens to it, we're not gonna make another record because like, what the fuck's the point? And then people did, and so then we made "Cheating on a Memory," which really was an homage to "Cheating."
Well,
on
we
a
also,
Memory.
but then we also did 2 EPs.
We did do 2 EPs with Tim Lightyear, and they were fucking.
between.
Still, I stand on the. I love those fucking EPs. They were fucking really fun to make, and one of them was supposed to be a full record, and COVID happened, and we just were stuck with the half a record, and we didn't know what to do, so we released them as singles, and that's how it became what it was.
That was like All Right, and If I Had a Dollar.
All Right, If I Had a Dollar, like,
that was
those
supposed to be a
songs.
whole record.
Headstone was in there.
Headstone.
Yeah.
But then the next full length record was "Cheating on a Memory," and that was just an homage to "Cheating on a Memory" of Last Call for Dreamers, because that was supposed to be our last record. We all thought it was going to be our last record. We didn't think anyone was going to give a shit, and then they did. And so this record is called.
There you have it.
There you have it.
There we go.
Oh.
Awesome.
Trying to get rid of it.
Everything must go.
Everything must go. I just love the idea of that, man.
Yeah.
It's like, because we're very honest. Like, we wear on our sleeve. Like, I mean, we don't pull no punches. We are what we are. And I think that's maybe the reason that the fans that we have are so
Hey, we have to play in like 15 minutes.
so diehard. Yeah, we do.
And for don't
All right.
don't.
Thank you guys for coming on. We
Yes.
appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.
Jeff is not allowed. No Jeff.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Sorry to ruin your fucking time. You left. Make me wanna go down there. I can't stand all the people talking fast and walking slow. They just get out of my way so I can play my songs and go. That'd be alright. Be alright. That sun comes up tomorrow. Have another day. Guess I'll do my best to chase these demons.